I started my first live performance in front of an audience was in the 2018 Eurovision final. That's where I actually started. And each year I have grown tremendously. I was still finding I always wanted to be different, but I was trying to find my sound, what's going to make me different, what's going to make me stand out, what makes me feel happy, what makes me feel cool on stage.
What keeps you coming back every time? You know, because some people might feel a bit discouraged after one or two times. What is it for you that keeps
one word, buzz. Buzz kbir, and also, to be honest, the fans. There's such a huge Eurovision community. It's not just a song contest anymore, it's a whole movement, you know, I call it. This sena I want to take a risk u rrid nipprova xi ħaġa li l-Ewropa ħa tagħti każ u li l-Ewropa ħa semma. Allora rrid naqgħad dak kollu li jiena bħala fan tal-Eurovision toġobni. Mela toġobni il-craziness, the quirkiness tal-Eurovision, which is what makes Eurovision different, u ovvjament the heritage of each country. Xorta nemmen li aħna żarwis biex ikonna full Maltese song, allora qed indaħħal dawk is-small hints here and there which I think are more effective. More with the Semitic Maltese għalhekk għandi l-ħabibi wieħed tnejn u ħafna affarijiet li jinstemaw Maltin u jinstemaw Semitiċi biex ovvjament in-nies jismaw il-Malti wkoll.
L-aħħar mistoqsija, why should Matt Black be representing Malta in the Eurovision Song Contest in Malmö?
Mela, ħanaqsam fit-tnejn bħala Matt Black għax vera nħobb. U nemmen li l-udjenza tiegħi fil-mużika tratta l-istess udjenza tal-Eurovision. Issa, ma tħanqilba fuq banana, why should banana represent Malta? Nemmen li at this point provajna kollox. Batna kantanti sbieħ, kantanti bravi, kantanti marufin, diski bellezza. U għalix raġuni l-Ewropa ma jtux kasna, namlux namlu. So might as well give it a crazy try, naraw xiġri. U it's something for, in my opinion, that works in Eurovision nonetheless. Jina fan tal-Eurovision u daw tip ta' diski u mal-unika diski li nibqa' niftakar. So, why not?
Aħna ġejna maqudin during il-songwriting camp li ġi mtella mill-PBS, pero vera klikjajna mill-ewwel vera qbilna flimkien. U l-kanzunetta Sirena saret waqt is-songwriting camp less than 24 hours actually.
Aħna lingwa Maltija kollu kemm aħna nħobbuha ħafna, ġifieri u kif qed inti kienu nuqqas twil snin twal li ma nisimgħu diska li mqari kollha kelma jew frażi żgħira bil-Malti. U ħassejna l-ħtieġa li ndaħlu ġittajba biċċa sewwa x'il-koris mhix qasir, ġifieri.
And why should Erba be the ones representing Malta in this year's Eurovision Song Contest in Malmö?
Naħseb hija xi ħaġa differenti, ilu żmien twil ukoll ma jkun hemm girl band li jippreżenta il-country. U apparti minn hekk, il-kanzunetta tagħna hija ħafna bbażata fuq il-fatt li aħna ġejjin minn island, hemm l-elementi tax-xemx, tal-ilma, u hija xi ħaġa sabiħa naħseb li tippreżenta il-pajjiż tiegħek bil-lingwa wkoll tiegħek fil-kanzunetta. So naħseb dik hija xi ħaġa sabiħa ħafna.
Obviously, last year it was my first time in the contest, therefore I took it as a dream come true, literally. But yes, when comparing last year's contest to this year, obviously I feel that as an artist I improved myself, and I can see the improvement, especially because I wrote the song now. I'm part of the song's production compared to last year, and yes, even as an artist, as vocally, I feel that I improved since last year, and the experience is, I'm really loving them, both of them.
That's amazing. And Ghost kind of tells a story. Could you explain to me what it's about and the process of it?
So, the story of Ghost, first of all, Ghost is written on a personal experience, and it basically speaks about a person who finds it difficult to socialize with the rest of society for the reason that they're kind of holding back to past traumatic experiences, therefore they're just remaining alone as a closed person, and they refer to themselves as a ghost.
And why should Nathan, with your song Ghost, be representing Malta in this year's Eurovision Song Contest in Malmö?
So, I always try to do my best in everything, and if I have a certain doubt before doing something, I always work for it and test it at the end of the day, see if it's good or not. And yes, Nathan just a person that always tries his best to fulfill his dreams.
The first time I took part, I was obviously 15 at the time. I'm 23 now. So I feel like I've grown in the Eurovision itself. I've grown as an artist because obviously it teaches you how to be professional, how to go backstage, how to prepare, all the preparations, long hours. So I feel like it helped me grow a lot.
And what kept you going? What kept you coming back for more? Because some artists might feel a bit discouraged, or might say maybe not this year, the one after. What keeps you coming back?
It's very addictive. I think once you start to enter the Eurovision, it's very hard to stop. There are, like I took a gap year the previous year, but I felt like I needed to step a bit back and then get into it, because I felt like I lost a bit of direction, but then I went back into it. So Venom, there's no direct meaning for it. If you had to ask me what Venom is, it's exactly how you explained it. It's about people that are left in the dark and maybe are unseen or unheard, or you don't expect things from them, but everyone is a bit of a snake, I think, sometimes. So and it can be also the media. The media can be also a bit of a snake sometimes. But again, it's how you interpret it.
Amazing. Last question, Miriana. Why should you be representing Malta in the Eurovision Song Contest in Malmö?
I think I bring something different to the table. I think my style is quite distinctive. And I feel like I have all the qualities to represent Malta.
Tell Me That It's Over was written during the camp that was organized by the Malta Eurovision Song Contest. We came with the idea, I came up with the idea alongside my other songwriters and also producers, Lir Atticus and Matthew James Borch. It was a very nice experience because it was the first time that I wrote the song hands-on with the other producers. And the song, it's about a relationship. It talks about a relationship that, although it has its good times, it also has those, problematic moments that you can't keep on taking anymore during a certain period of time. So the female is telling the other person in the relationship, tell me that it's over because I'm tired. I also like to say a little prayer before I go on stage. And I also have, a domina, it's in Maltese. I keep it on me as a lucky charm.
Amazing.
I feel that my song is different from the other contestants because there's a lot of variety in the songs that there are in this year's final. And I feel that my song is a very powerful ballad that that's good to be representing Malta.
Perfect. Thank you and good luck.
There are like people commenting like, he's still going, why don't you go and enjoy your family and your life. But in actual fact, this is my life. Music is my life. It was my first love and it would be the last for sure. Eurovision, it was my key for success. I think it's my sector, as a dancer and a singer. I think it's something which I really feel comfortable and strong in.
And tell me a bit about your song Man. What is the message behind it? What was the process of writing that song?
Yes, Man, it's aimed for all the good men in the world. Unfortunately, man has got some stereotype in like men can hit women or men are bullies and all this stuff. But men can be vulnerable, men can cry, men can love. So it's all about that. And obviously I portrayed my father, who loved my mother, who has given his life to our family.
Why should you go up and represent Malta at the Eurovision Song Contest in Sweden?
Yes, in Malmö. First of all, it was always my dream since 2005. So yeah, the thing is this, that I always present something different. I believe that Malta has to represent with a song which is different than any other country. Because if we have like similar songs with other countries, obviously, let's say like Chanel, it would be a big competition for us. So in my opinion, it has to be a song which is original and something new. I'm not saying that you'll win with that, but for some reason you'll get curiosity to create something different. And that is what I present every time, every year. In every Eurovision I'll be, obviously, because thank God till now I'm always in the finals.
So last year was my very first time competing, and it was very new, so we had a lot of things going on. But I've learned a lot from that experience, and it helped me go on to this experience. We had to face certain challenges by going through all of the experiences because everything was different this year. The fact that I had to, like, as I said, go abroad, that was for me something very challenging because I've never done it and it was new, so it was a challenge for me. Other than that, I think this whole experience this year, it's different. So I'm used to having a stage with audience, and that for me is another challenge because I have to interact more with the camera instead of the people.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And can you tell me a little bit about Karma, what the song is about?
So, Karma is more about the circle of life, how we tackle every situations in life. Basically, every person goes through different situations in life, and it can either be positive or negative. Usually, when someone hears the word karma, it's like instantly negative. But yeah, we try to make it as positive and negative as well. So. As I said, people go through different situations, and all those situations end up with different consequences. And those consequences may affect the relationship between someone else or or even yourself. So it can either be a positive or a negative situation. But yeah, that's basically it.
And my last question is, Ryan, why should you go and represent Malta in the Eurovision Song Contest in Sweden?
So I've been watching the Eurovision since I was a very young kid, and I really would love to represent my country someday. Singing is one of my, I think it's the most thing I love doing. So yes, I think that we can like join all those things together, and yeah, I mean the Eurovision is a big stage. It's people all over the world watch it, and I think it's a good exposure for us artists, and I just wanted to give it a try.
So basically my song is about people who find themselves in situations which are abusive. In the beginning you can really hear the desperation of the person in that situation, and as the song grows you can see that the person is also growing and growing even stronger than ever. Basically my experience so far in Eurovision has been amazing, stressful but amazing, and I can't wait for the finals.
Wow, and that topic itself is quite a heavy one. I mean, what inspired you to write like that, especially for a contest where, you know, there's so many different genres within it? How did you believe that this was the song for you and for this contest?
So basically, in this day and age, social media exposes a lot of these situations. So every day you can hear these situations are growing even more in abusive homes. So I really wanted to be a voice to people who find themselves struggling in this situation, to come out even stronger. And I think it proves my vocal ability very well, so I think that's why it's the right song for me.
Fantastic. And this time around, this contest, this show itself is a bit different. There isn't a live audience. You'll be performing in front of a camera instead. How does that change for you? How will you be performing differently, or if there's something you have to keep in mind, since there isn't a live there will be the live audience kind of cheering you on?
It's always a little different because we as artists, at least I can speak for myself, I feed off people. So the more I see that the people are engaged, the more I have fun performing. However, this is more emotional and more vulnerable when you don't have an audience, so you can project more emotions. So I think they both have their pros and cons.
And Gail, why should you be the one representing Malta in this Eurovision Song Contest?
I think I can bring something different to the table. I think my voice is able to project certain emotions, and I just hope that comes through with my song.
And Mara, it sounds like quite an anthem about strength, about womanhood. How would you describe that song, and what was the process of writing it?
The process was quite intimate. I had to pour out a lot of personal emotions and personal events, because it speaks about how I was judged when I was pregnant, and how it affected my life as a woman, and how a woman can be a lot of things. She can be a wife, she can be a daughter, a sister, a mother, you know. And I think people, most especially women, can apply it to their womanhood, you know. It doesn't have to be always about me. And a fraction of it is also a testament to my own daughter. So if she looks back on the song, says, if my mom could do it, I can do it as well.
Why should you be the one who represents Malta in this year's Eurovision Song Contest?
I think the message is quite worldwide, what I'm trying to share. I think it's quite the powerful song. I think we have a really well-rounded presentation. We've worked a lot, and I think we might need something of this style to send forward this year.
Eurovision is different because it's an international competition and it opens a lot of doors for an artist, especially since it's international and there are a lot more viewers than X Factor Musica Musica, and they're all different in their own ways.
Could you tell me a little bit about Breed? What was the experience writing this song and putting it together, and what's the message you're trying to portray?
Well, Breathe mostly speaks about trying to let go of any difficulties you have in your life, and it was there were a lot of people behind the song, and we did put together something that I think a lot of us can relate to, and that was what we were trying to get to, that a lot of people can relate to it, not just people my age, but anyone watching and listening to the song.
Why do you want to represent Malta at the Eurovision Song Contest?
I mean, it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and I think, it's an amazing opportunity for any artist, because you go from being just a singer in Malta to being an international artist.
Obviously, I have sort of more experience now because it's not my first time. However, I still do get the same excitement and still get the same butterflies, and I still need to work as hard, obviously. However, the style this time around is totally different. I was very much involved in the songwriting of the song, and therefore this really reflects who I am as a person, as an artist, more than as a person, obviously. And I think is a really good sort of explanation, if I were to say, of my artistic persona. So I'm very excited to perform this song.
Why is your song different from the rest, and why do you want to be the person to go up to represent Malta?
I think my song is different from the rest because the style is actually different from the rest, and I would obviously want to represent Malta because this has always been my dream, and I think I can offer something different to what Malta has actually offered these past 2 years.
Difference from last year is massive for me. I mean, I found that I found my style, I found my music, and my team this year helped me a lot find the vibe that we were going for, and got a lot of influences from different artists, and I feel more confident and more ready to take that stage.
And how would you describe your style?
Fun, up-tempo, and something that you wouldn't expect. A bit chaotic, but in the best way possible.
I wanted to ask, why do you want to present Malta and the Eurovision Song Contest?
I've loved Eurovision since I was a child. I've been watching it for over 20 years, never miss it. It's one of my favorite things. It reminds me a lot of family because we always got together to watch Eurovision. So for me, it would be just a cherry on the cake and present something different. I believe that Malta should take a different direction, and hopefully that different direction leads to Greta Tude.